What is something no one tells you about pregnancy? A, and B, no one tells you about the actual birth. Someone told me, oh yeah, two become one. I was like, excuse me? Like your butthole and your vagina hole can tear and to make one hole.
It can. That didn't happen to me.
And you pooped
And I had a
during-
pretty big baby. And I did not poop during either of my deliveries. They don't tell you that you lose a tremendous amount of blood.
Yes.
Especially for a C-section, you can lose like a liter or two. They don't tell you that when you first come home with that baby that you have to go to the doctors the next day and all the things with the jaundice and that their weight will probably drop.
Yes.
And that your milk doesn't come in right away. So there's this time, like this 1 or 2 day time where like you want to feed the baby, you really want to make sure it's getting your food, but like your milk hasn't fully come in yet. During that time, I was okay doing a little bit of formula with my second. The first I didn't because they say if you start introducing formula first, it messes with the gut flora. I mean, you guys,
People don't tell you about childbirth. Let me tell you, your grandma's not going to tell you this, the thing that nobody talks about, the thing that nobody will tell you. Your mom's not going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. Auntie Shab is going to tell you why they show men fainting on TV shows and in movies when they're in the delivery room. This is why. So if you're thinking about having your husband in the delivery room, just know this. You're going to shit the bed. And I don't mean that as a euphemism, but you are really going to shit the bed. Did anyone ever tell you that when you push the baby out, you push other things out too? Like shit your pants. And your husband is going to be there, down there, watching it happen live. Like actually watching you take a dump on the bed. And you won't know that it's happening because you have an epidural. Like you can't feel what's happening. Now let me just say, if I was in my husband's shoes, if I had to watch him giving birth and I had to watch him shitting the bed, I don't think I would, no. I don't think I could handle that. But watching someone shit the bed, no. I'm out. If your husband is going to take a video of you, ask him not to record that part. Am I right? I know I'm right. I know nobody told you about this. So just know going in that that's going to happen.
Why does no one warn us about the gross stuff that happens during pregnancy? Look at me, I'm a mess. I've been throwing up, so I'm pregnant with baby number 5, so I'm not new to this. And I know most people know that women throw up when they're pregnant. But here's a really disgusting thing that no one warned me about, but I'm gonna give you a solution to it, okay? So smells are gonna make you throw up. Maybe not for everyone, but for a lot of people, certain smells are gonna make you throw up. Offensive smells. So imagine this. You're going to the bathroom and you're going, you're doing your thing. It's gonna make you throw up because it smells so bad. Because something about pregnancy poops, I don't know what it is, but it smells so freaking bad. So then you're just, both ends over here. So let me give you a solution because no one warned me about this stuff. So here's what you're gonna do. I did it with my last pregnancy. I'm doing it with this pregnancy. And it seems to work like a charm. Number 1, bring a barf bucket to the bathroom just in case this happens to you. Number 2, find something like a smell that you enjoy. So I actually use these apple cinnamon tea bags and I have them all around my house. And so whenever I go to the bathroom, I take these apple cinnamon tea bags and I hold it up to my nose so it's all I smell. And I haven't thrown up. I'm going to the bathroom since. I know, I'm getting too comfortable on this app.
Okay, here's my list of things that no one told me about giving birth. Number 1, you still look pregnant after giving birth. Like you don't just get to push out the baby and then go back to being snatched immediately. It doesn't work like that. Number 2, you actually have to birth the placenta. This leads me to the next one. You can get given a needle in your leg to help the placenta come out. You don't have to have it, but I was like, get it in me. I want this thing out. Moving on. They will shove pills in your asshole. Yeah, you heard me right. Things can get stuck. After everything comes out, there can be things left behind, and they don't want those things left behind, so they have to go in there with big instruments to get those leftovers out. The midwives will physically milk you like a cow. Yeah. I know for me, they came up, got the tatas out, and did it all for me. You will probably shit yourself. And if someone tells you they didn't, they're probably lying. The first time standing up after pushing your little human out feels like your insides are going to fall out of your coochie. I literally stood up and felt like I was going to turn inside out.
What no one tells you about the first trimester when you're pregnant. I'm gonna tell you. It can be so dry, drier than the Sahara Desert. Dry, not dry. You wake up every morning like so congested, like you can't even breathe. If I don't sleep with the humidifier on, I will for sure wake up with a bleeding nose. Your boobs, they're gonna be so sore, like you just body checked a brick wall. Don't look at them, don't touch them, don't even breathe on them because they hurt. On the plus side, they do get bigger. And can we just talk about morning sickness? It's not just in the morning, it's like all day. There were so many nights I would just find myself laying in bed trying to fall asleep, but I was so nauseous. Like, give me a break already. The truth is, you're probably gonna feel your worst in the first trimester. Tired, nauseous, emotional, and no one's even gonna know you're pregnant. So start coming up with the excuses on why you feel like crap. The good news is it doesn't last forever, and the second trimester is so much better.
There's some things you have to give up when you get pregnant. Obviously, you can't drink and you can't smoke. I had no idea about this one. You can't take hot baths or get in a hot tub. Didn't have any idea about. You can't get tattoos. You can't take medicine. You can't take like NyQuil or anything like that. And the only pain killer you can take is like Tylenol. And they don't even recommend that. You can't eat deli meat or raw fish. So no sushi. You can't get filler. You can't get lip filler. You can't get Botox. You can't do any fun stuff like roller coasters, horseback riding. You can't jump on a trampoline. You can't sleep on your stomach. And you can't sleep on your back in the last trimester. Or at least that's what they say.
Want to know what the funniest pregnancy symptom is that no one seems to talk about? I'm sorry, but this is my second time being pregnant. I can't believe I forgot how bad this is. But it's the gas. You don't even know it's coming. Like when I tell you my poor fiance, I just keep clearing out the room. Oh, I'm so sorry, babe.
Pregnancy symptoms that no one talks about. So I'm currently pregnant, and I've been enjoying these symptoms. Everyone stinks and everyone has a smell. I could smell a fart fly in the room. I am a hound dog. Put me to work at the airport sniffing suitcases. Number 2, your boobies get big and luscious and juicy, but your husband or your partner can't touch them most of the time because they hurt. And your nipples against clothes is like chalk on a chalkboard. I cannot wear undies. Undies are the devil. I will wear undies if I have to go to the gym because I get sweaty and I don't want to wear black shorts with no undies, but I will count down the minutes until I can get home and I can take them back off again. Sex drive is it's on or it's off. It's either right here, right now, or do not touch me. Don't even look at me.
Pregnancy symptoms no one really talks about, or they dummy them down, because not everybody has a flawless pregnancy. When I tell you my symptoms have been night and day from my first pregnancy to this one, boy was I not ready. You've heard about the fatigue, I'm sure, except it's exhaustion, okay? You physically can't do much, just pass out in random places. It's like nothing I've ever experienced. Nettie, first trimester, right off. Half the day, sleeping. No other option. Another one that's dummied down quite a bit, morning sickness. It's sometimes all day sickness. Not only are you physically ill, you're also starving. It feels like your stomach is eating itself, but you can't eat. Physically feel like you are going to throw up at the same time you are like, I need to eat to survive. Welcome to that vicious cycle. It's crazy. And I get it. It's not for everyone. My first pregnancy, golden every day by 11 a.m. This pregnancy, not so much. Water made me violently ill. How does water make you sick? I don't know. Pregnancy lets you find out. Also, just to let you know, you will probably pee while you puke. I call it puking. It sucks. I've talked about this one, the gas. And not only is it stinky, like hospital garbage, you have no control. No control. That shit just comes out anywhere you are. You're just walking in the grocery store and you think everything's fine until you've stunk up 3 aisles and you didn't even really notice it come out. Horrible. If you get a migraine, good luck. Like, give me every medication possible, except you can't have much when you're pregnant. So start with an osteopath now. I don't care if you're sciatic sciatica's not bothering you now, just trust me, please go to an osteopath. That sciatica be kicking in and you just don't even know it. People tell you that your boobs grow, but them nips? Bro, first of all, why are we so dark? I wake up every day with a new crop circle forming. I don't understand it. Where are you growing to? It seems unnecessary. My boobs are no longer my own. You will pee every time you have a sip of something. And I mean literally a small sip, especially in the 3rd trimester. The nosebleeds have been real. Didn't realize that was a pregnancy symptom at all. But we're bleeding often. All jokes aside, I know not everybody is going to go through all of these symptoms. However, I do wish we were more transparent about how hard pregnancy can be. For all of those mamas out there that are struggling, I see you, I hear you, I love you, I'm with you, and I promise you we will get through it. Doesn't feel like it now, but we will get through it. You've got this.
Things that people don't warn you about that will happen to you in your first trimester of pregnancy. Number 1, morning sickness is really all day sickness, and you're really just gonna feel like shit all the time and just wanna have something in your mouth that you can eat just to make yourself feel a little bit better. Number 2, you can get like 10 to 12 hours of sleep and still be so tired. Number 3, everything that you used to love, you now hate. If you used to love coffee, you now hate it. If you loved eating steak every night, you now hate it. Basically, you're just gonna feel like shit and not yourself for the next 12 weeks because you're just on pure survival mode. The thought of cooking something in the kitchen makes me want to gag. I literally have not cooked anything in the last 3 months. You could have been the most active person before, but now you're gonna be like a slug. My partner does everything for me and I just lay on the couch. You're gonna crave the most specific things that you haven't even had in years and you need it right then and there. You're gonna have the constant metallic taste in your mouth and there's nothing you can do about it, and your sense of smell is insane. It feels like the list can just go on, but we're gonna stop it there.
Here are 3 pregnancy symptoms I had no idea were a thing until I got pregnant. 1, your belly is just covered in peach fuzz and hair. 2, sneezes become painful. And 3, my personal favorite, things are really damp downstairs. Have you experienced these?
So I've been doing some reading on, I've never been pregnant before, so I've been looking at, what to expect or just things like that. But I'm gonna tell you something, this is one thing they don't talk about. I have not read it anywhere, so I'm gonna share it. So they say that your smells intensify. Let me tell you something. I have a hound dog nose now. I smell everything.
100%.
So like he cooks ground turkey, it makes me want to just vomit everywhere. But let me tell you the worst one. Nobody talks about this one. Your partner has a smell. They have a distinct smell. And I don't know if it's because you're constantly around them, but I'm going to tell you something, they have a smell.
I smell good. I smell good.
And I've asked some other women that are pregnant right now, and they tell me, yeah, he does have a smell, but I don't tell him. I tell this one, he stinks sometimes.
No, I don't. I smell good.
He stinks.
Ow. There's no way I stink.
I don't know, but it just smells. I don't know. You shower and you do
I shower all the time.
But I don't know why. It's just a different smell. I don't know.
I change soap, I guess.